Peace. This is Anpu Ra with another video on astral travel. I know it's been a minute. I was supposed to been do this video, but like I stated in my last videos, my phone's been acting up. That's why I used to do most of my recordings, but now I have to do it off my laptop. So bear with me because I'm not really used to recording on the laptop. But yeah. Um, yeah, I had another episode, man. Another experience on December 12th, 2016. Now, last month in November of 2016, I didn't astral travel. I didn't have no experience of astral traveling at all. Dreams, yeah. Like I said, I always dream and remember all my dreams. But yeah, let me just get back into this journal. For those that just now tuning in, I'm speaking about astral traveling on this segment. I also have another segment called Question Everything, and I want to thank those who watch my videos. If you have any comments, leave a comment. Anything you want to share? Is there a topic you want me to talk about as far as dealing with spirituality? I'm pretty much open for anything. But yeah, let me get into this experience. So I was in a dream with my brother, and I wasn't conscious at all. And like I said before, when you were dreaming, you it's like you playing a role. You know what I'm saying? It's like you playing out a role, but I wasn't conscious. And it's kind of funny because before I even start this, getting back to the dreams, I noticed that I always dream of the same uh, time period. I'm always every night I'm always dreaming about when in my old neighborhood, and the time period is like when I'm in high school. Because I will always have these dreams like I'm being late for school, waiting for the bus, or the same house. It's like the same type of time period, and it kind of ties in to this experience. And at that time when I was in high school, me and my brother we used to have the attic, and we used to sleep in the attic, and we had like these futon beds, and it kind of ties into this. And I always wonder why I'm always dreaming about that specific house, in that period of time. Like when I was in high school. I mean, when I was in high school, I did have um, a little bit of experience of astral traveling, but even when I was younger. But I always like when I used to feel the vibration or see like or feel a shadow being near me, I would kind of like shake it out. And I think like I said before in the other videos in 2012 is when I had just let it go and let the vibration do its thing and left my body and realized the ability that I had, what I was able to do. Because in the past, I wasn't sure what was going on. It felt so real, but then I thought it was a dream, and it kind of plays with your mind. But you know, once I let it go, and I my consciousness began to leave my body, then I realized, wow, I'm onto something big. And then I started doing my research and reading and watching other videos. It kind of helped me understand what was going on. And this is why I'm making these videos now. But back to the experience. Like I said, I was in a dream again, in the same time period at the same house. It started off as a dream, and I wasn't conscious at all. And in the attic, it was two futon beds. I was on one, my brother was on another. This is how the dream was playing out. So I felt something sticking me in my back, like a sharp knife, and it was very, very painful. And I remember telling my brother, like, yo, these shadow beings is messing with me. And he said, nah, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Where? I don't see no shadow beings. And again, like I said before, they're able to manipulate your mind, so it kind of like projected this scenery of me being, in this old house where I used to live, took the appearance of my brother to convince me that there was no shadow being in sight. But he was like, where? I don't see anything. So, and then, because the pain was so unbearable, like, it was very painful. Like, something was just sticking me in my back. And I remember, because of the pain, I became conscious. And that's something we have to understand too, is like, we are not these physical beings. You know what I'm saying? We are spiritual, spiritual beings. We are more than in this body. So it's kind of funny when you think about it. It's like, I know people out there had dreams, and you can have the same type of experience within a dream world that you have in the physical world. So pretty much your emotions, you could be in a dream world and feel the same emotion that you have in the physical: sad, happy, and physical feeling feeling like pain, like actual pain. you know and if you think about it, what is pain? Pain is pretty much all in the mind. It's all in the consciousness. That's how you get those individuals that are able to block the pain. And it's the same thing, like when you're in these astral realms, you can feel pain, you can feel happy, you can feel sad, your emotions still there. So while I was in this astral realm, not knowing, I was actually feeling pain. So these shadow beings was projecting that to me in my mind. So that's something that we gotta think about. So because of the pain was so unbearable, I became conscious. Like, I woke up within a dream, which is called lucid dreaming once again. And I became conscious. And I stood up. And when I stood up, the room, you know, didn't look like the room that I grew up in this old house I used to live in. It looked totally different. And there was like a bunch of clothes everywhere. And it was like a mess. I mean, me and my brother's room, we always kept it clean, But just the whole scenery just looked totally different. And then when I stood up, sure enough, I saw a shadow beam just zip by, just zip into like a darker shadow. And the thing is that my vision was very blurry, very blurry. And I remember like talking to it, like ready to go to war, like, what's up? Like, I'm up now. Let's get it on, right? So, and then I remember, because my vision was so blurry, I just laid back down and just like let the vibration do its thing. And the vibration was very strong. And before I continue, I want to state that day I took a nap. That day I took a nap. And because I'm always trying to calculate why I have these astral traveling, when, what makes me do it, I know the time. That I know. That is always around the same time, around 3 a.m. to like 4 or 5 a.m. And I mean, I've had experiences during the daytime, but very few. There's always the times that I napped. So that, and plus prior to a lot of experiences that I had, like, I noticed that when I took a nap that day, because maybe I was hanging out, on a Friday or a Saturday, and with a little hangover or something, I take a nap throughout the day, get up, eat, shower, whatever, then go back to sleep. I guess because, taking that rest, building up a lot of energy, I'm able to do that. I realized that that's one of the patterns, taking a nap, or even, like I stated in other videos, waking up in the middle of the night and then going back to sleep also is a pattern that I realized that gives me that ability to do it. But like that day, December 12th, I took a nap that day, and I got up like around like 6 p.m. Got up, had dinner, took a shower, watched a little TV, and then went back to sleep around like 10 o'clock. So during let me get back to this experience. So like I said, the vibration was very strong, very strong. Just closed my eyes and I just let the vibration just do its thing. Because I'm so conscious now, and I'm realizing, like, all right, let me charge up so I could leave my physical body. So then when I opened my astral eyes, now my room looks like the present room that I'm in right now. So, but I'm still in the astral realm. I'm not in the third dimension. I'm in the fourth dimension, because everything looks the same, and I could tell because it's like still a little blurry. That's how I know that I am I'm still in the astral realm. So everything looked the same. And then again, when I opened my eyes, I saw the shadow being leaving my room. And I tried to get up, but it was like, again, like if I was in slow motion. It was like if I was in slow motion. And I remember sitting up right now, same way I'm sitting up now. And I remember just getting up, looking around, and I noticed it went out the door, and I growled like a lion. I growled like the same way if a dog or a lion or a cat or any type of animal to like chase off an enemy or to warn them. Like, you roll up on a dog that doesn't want to be bothered or, feels fear. He's going to growl at you. He's going to give you that warning before he bites you. And so that's what I did. I kind of like growled. When I growled, I actually sounded like a lion. It kind of like surprised me that I could project that sound. And yeah, it was crazy. But I remember it never came back in the room because I couldn't leave my body. I was like, what can I do? Right? So I laid back down, and then the vibration was like, it started again, like very, very strong. Very strong. Like I ain't feel it that strong in a very long time. And I just closed my eyes and I stayed calm, because now I'm conscious. I know what's going on. So now I'm starting to like practice what I preach, through these videos. Don't have no fear, and be calm. Put love in your heart. So I started doing all these things. That's how conscious I was. And I remember I just laid there and I just put a smile on my face, and I focused on my third eye because I felt the vibration like so strong, like right here. So I just laid there and I remember putting my astral arms up like this. I remember doing that. And I remember just focusing on my third eye, and the vibration was just like boop, 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 boop. And I just laid there and I felt something come into the room. And I knew, the shadow being came back. And I didn't have no fear, so I just like, whatever, and I just stayed calm. I had a smile on my face the whole time to let it know that you're not going to get the best of me. Not this time. I'm not going to feed you no fear. I don't fear you. I'm very conscious. I know what's going on. So I opened my astral eyes again to see if, if the shadow being was there. And I remember that when I looked towards the room, it was a blue light, a light like small like the light on a Christmas tree, but it was blue, very blue. It was very bright blue. It was small. It was a very small light, like if it was like a firefly. And I'm watching this light, and it was just going across the room, like dancing across the room. So I'm following it, and as I'm following the blue light, I look to the side. It just stopped. The blue light stopped, and I saw. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was this shadow being, because the silhouettes that I usually see with these shadow beings, they're very lean and thin, like an extraterrestrial. But this silhouette of this one was something that I'd never seen before. It had it was real big and brolic, and it was like almost touching the ceiling. And it was huge, all I could just see is his eyes and the silhouette of this body. And it was funny because it was like growling back at me. It growled at me, like, I guess to inflict fear, but it didn't work. And I remember just because the blue light was like right by it, and it was kind of like the light kind of shined on its silhouette, and it was kind of crazy. But I didn't have no fear. I was just like, whatever, and I just closed my eyes, and it was like if I was meditating through this experience, and just trying to stay focused and not let them get the best of me. And I just focused on the vibration, and I'm laying down in the bed now, and I remember my consciousness being sucked out my body. I just flew out. I went backwards. If I'm laying here, I just went, I flew out and went up into space. I know it sounds crazy, but this is something that I've never done before. I've never went into space. I see, other people's videos and read books, and people say that you could go out into space and journey other planets that exist on other realms, and I was in space. I could see me leaving Earth. Earth was getting smaller. So I'm leaving Earth, right, on this fourth dimension, because Earth exists on many dimensions. That's something we have to understand and realize. That's, I think, why I'm able to see these beings, these shadow beings, and other beings that I came across, and they exist on other dimensions, and this is how I'm able to see them. So I'm in space, and the craziest thing happened. I'm falling in space. I feel like I'm falling so I felt like I was falling for hours. It felt like it was an eternity. I was falling, just to give you an example of time. In these realms, time don't exist. I mean, you could be in these realms and they could feel like hours, and then it could only be you've been in, minutes in this physical realm, in the third dimension. So it's very interesting. So I was falling, I just let it be. I just let myself go. But every time I opened my eyes, my astral eyes, I would see the stars moving, I'm falling, And then I'll close my eyes again, and I remember opening them up again, and all I saw was these colors, bright colors, all different types of colors. I closed my eyes again, I opened them up again, I saw the colors again. It's like I'm moving in hyper speed now. I just close my eyes and let it be, and boom, it's like I landed in a pool of water. pool of water. And this is what made me really open my eyes, like what the hell I just hit. So I hit I hit water, boom, and I'm looking up while I'm in water, breathing underwater, which is another amazing experience that I've done in the astral realm before, is to breathe underwater. It's an amazing feeling as well. And I came up, swimmed up, and as I swam up, the most amazing view, the most amazing thing ever. And like I said before, this is the fifth dimension. It's so heavenly, beautiful. It's like words can't describe it. But I was in this pool of water, and as soon as I got up, I had my arms on the ledge of this like water that I was in, and the rock was like granite, like a stone, smooth, beautiful stone. It was like a coral color, like a peach coral type of color. And I looked up, and this man was standing there with a stick in his hand, and he told me to put my chest towards the rock. So I did, because I was ready like this, and I put my chest to it, and I'm looking around like, where the hell am I? I was in awe, like, and as I looked, it was like if I was in the mountains somewhere, and I'm looking around, there was other individuals there, but the pools was like, the stones was like circles, right? It was like circles, a bunch of circles and stones, and in between these stones was the water, and it was more like me in the water, the same way how I was holding on. And on each circle there was a entity, standing there with a staff, looking down, making sure, I guess we were supposed, I don't know what we were supposed to do, but, and then I remember looking to the side of me, there's people beside me, and I turned around, and I see that the circles are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, like it's levels, I guess levels of consciousness, levels of astral traveling, you know? And I remember seeing that I wasn't that far from the middle, and it was just a beautiful scenery, man. It kind of reminded me of Machu Picchu. I swear, that's what it looked like. The ancient ruins of Machu Picchu. But it was beautiful. And I remember saying to the entity that was standing there that told me to put my chest to the rock, I said, man, this astral traveling is fucking crazy. I said, it's scary and exciting at the same time. And I remember getting emotional. And I remember like crying. And then I remember closing my eyes, and when I opened back up, boom, I was back in my body. So that's what happened to me. December 12th, 2016. I mean, I wanted to make this video, but I just didn't have the time. I'm trying to figure out how. So, but I don't know, man. And today is the 18th. Today's December 18th. I took a nap today. I was very tired. Not feeling too well. A little under the weather. Never know. Let's see. Might have another one. So until we meet again, this is Anpu Ra. Another video on astral travel. Peace.